Today I'm going to make I'm going to try and keep it short, but this isn't your typical video that I normally put out on advice that has to do with business and sales. This is some different advice for you because of a project I just completed. So as you can tell from my background, I'm a guitar player, and I'm always tinkering around, and I've been playing for years and tinkering for years. So I'm not a luthier by any stretch of the imagination. However, I am comfortable in kind of doing some of my own projects when it comes to doing some things on my guitar. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, if you don't have a comfort level or you're afraid of doing something wrong and potentially damaging an expensive guitar or even an inexpensive guitar that you're working on, don't try and tackle this project on your own. Take it to a luthier, have it done properly, or a guitar center or something like that. But I've been playing a lot of acoustic guitar lately, and I have a Taylor electric acoustic that I plug into, but I've realized I didn't have a backup in case something went wrong with that. So I went out and I have this great guitar, which I'll show you here. It's it's a Martin, it's a CF Martin, and it's an MTV commemorative guitar, which is very cool. It's got split back rosewood and mahogany to capture the different bass responses and trebles. On the neck, it spells the word unplugged on the frets. But because it's unplugged, it is a non-electric type guitar, and I wanted to make it electric. Even though it's a collectible numbered guitar, I still wanted to be able to utilize it the way I wanted to play. So I went out and I purchased a Fishman Ellipse, which is it's got a bridge pickup as well as a microphone that you can blend between. And it required some modification of the guitar, very, very little modification. One of the things was I had to drill out the end pin on this to make it bigger, to take the preamp and the plug-in for it. And I found a great video on YouTube. And the guy's name, I'm going to reference it because it's great to look. If you're looking to do this project, I would tell you watch this guy's video. It's 47 minutes long. He doesn't rush through anything, and he walks you through the whole thing. His name is Ed Harris, so it's Ed Harris - Fishman Ellipse Install or something like that on YouTube. Watch it; it's very good. But in that video, what he does is he talks about very specific things, and he does it by the book. What I'm here to tell you is I went off of by the book a little bit because I didn't have all the tools this guy had. So to do the end pin, which is a critical piece, he had this very special bit that was like $70, because when you drill this out, the last thing you want to do is chip around the hole, because there's an existing hole there, and it's supposed to be a 30-second hole. So in other words, 1/32 shy of a half-inch drill bit. I don't have a 30-second, so I have a half-inch. But I was also afraid, because a half-inch drill bit is so big, I was afraid it was going to chew up the wood. So this very special bit he has that was so expensive, what I did was I took this little bit right here. This is a bit that you use to countersink screws. So it slowly drills in, and it creates like a hole that you could sink a screw head into. But the reason I use this, if you look at a half-inch drill bit, very coarse, but then you look at this, see how it bevels very slowly? And it actually created a very nice, slow, smooth, gradual hole. And then once I got through the entire outside of the back of the guitar, then I put my half-inch in where it could be a little coarser because it's on the inside of the guitar, and I finished drilling the hole. So what I would tell you is, if you're going to attempt this on your own and you don't want to spend $70 for that big bit, use something like this. It's a countersink bit. You can find them at any store. They're a couple dollars, and it really did work just fine. That was the first thing. The other thing was, the way the system works is it fits. I'm going to try and show it to you. It fits in the sound hole. So you can see it in there. Fits in the sound hole. So it's an adhesive that sticks to the bottom of this, so you want to sand out underneath a little bit, clean it up, and then just take a little bit of carpenter's glue, because in the video the guy references hide glue, which is a little different than carpenter's glue. Which I wasn't going to go out and buy hide glue when I have plenty of carpenter's glue here, so I took carpenter glue and I put it on my finger after I sanded it and cleaned it, and then I let it sit for a couple hours so it hardened. And what that basically does is just seals the surface and it's nice and clean. So I put that in there and that got set. But now you have wires inside, and it comes with, you see these little things, it comes with like 4 of these, but nowhere in the manual, nowhere on the website, nowhere could I find what in the devil this thing was. Well, after thinking and thinking and thinking, what I realized was this piece right here, this peels off and this becomes sticky, and this tab is metal. So you can see it'll bend. This was to hold the wire. So what I did was I wrapped this around the wire, so I put the wires in here, I peeled this off, and I stuck this tab up on a support inside of the guitar to keep my wires up nice and tight. So that was the other thing. You're not going to find anywhere on Fishman's website or anything what in the devil this is. And I'm telling you right now, 99% sure that's what it is. And then the last thing that I'll tell you is, if you look inside this guitar, because it's a commemorative type guitar, you can barely see it, but they tell you to put the battery pack, they give you a Velcro battery pack, they tell you to put it in the back up against where the neck bolts in. But in mine, and you really can't see it that well, but in mine, they have like a wooden plate on it that's etched with the guitar name and I think the serial number. I didn't want to mess that up, so what I did is I went underneath on the flat side where the bottom of the neck is, where you can feel the ridge of the neck, and I Velcroed it up there, and it worked just fine. So what I will tell you is what I'm giving you here is a couple of the modifications to this guy's extensive video, which is fantastic. You should watch it. But when it comes to all these specialty tools and these specialty things you have to do, I'm here to tell you I didn't do them. It came out great, sounds great, everything's perfect. And now you know what this is. His video didn't reference this. Watching this video alone is worth finding out what the devil this is. So hope this helps. Enjoy. Be safe. If you can't do it yourself, pay somebody to do it. Don't ruin that guitar.